since I was 19. I do odd jobs here and things. I have a job and I'd have side gigs and things like that. But I had to learn that if you will prepare for prominence and live long enough to enjoy it, you have to start treating yourself like an asset. For those of you who are accountants in the house, you know that there is what we call depreciation, right? So it's usually money set aside against the depreciation of an asset, right? And I think for those who are preparing for prominence, you've got to start thinking of yourself as an asset. How are you self-caring? Your weight, your health, your blood sugar, your blood pressure. I see lots of young people dying. In Ghana, Ghana has an extreme funeral culture. So you can go driving around our city and see big funeral posters and billboards. It's a problem. But you read, what a shock. And you read the age, 35, the age, 40, the age, very young. And often it's because we're not treating ourselves like assets. So I really want to prompt this because for a lot of us, we learn through the hardship. I learned there was a period of time I couldn't get out of bed for 2 months. I just was lethargic. I did not know what was wrong. And I hired someone to work with me because I was going to the doctors. They said, nothing is showing in your labs as a particular illness. So there's this wellness coach that I started to work with. And she said, oh, I've seen this so much. She says, you're suffering what they call adrenal fatigue. Do you know adrenaline in your body? The adrenaline that keeps you motivated to move and fight or flight, right? I've been running on adrenaline for so long that my adrenal glands have just shut down. So I couldn't find energy, even after a full night's sleep, couldn't find energy to get up out of bed. Couldn't find energy to do anything meaningful. At the time, I was on medication for diabetes, medication for high blood pressure, medication for high cholesterol. Lethargic, slow, just not feeling sexy. You know what I mean? Can I be real with you? Feeling, and I knew something had to be done. And that's why I'm saying the woman that you are called to be will cost you. I remember my coach asking me to open my schedule. And he said, Yawa, I don't see you on your schedule. And I said, what do you mean? This schedule is all me. This is the stuff I'm doing. She says, yeah, that's the problem. It's the stuff you're doing for or with others, but I don't see anything on your schedule for you. So I really want to encourage you to start thinking, like, how do you get yourself on your calendar? She encouraged me to put a note on my phone, an alarm, that asks myself a question daily. How are you feeling and what do you need? So that I will remember that maybe what I need now is a nap. Then I'll just take an hour off and take a nap. Maybe what I need today is like, I haven't laughed in a while. Let me just watch some funny video and laugh. Because I am prone, I've done my self-awareness, my personality profiling, and I am prone to seriousness. Every waking hour has to feel productive. Otherwise, I berate myself that you're wasting time. And I had to learn that leisure is part of the work we're called to do. Because it's in leisure that you replenish. It's in leisure that you begin to have some of your best ideas. It's in leisure that your cells have an opportunity to think differently. And so treating yourself as an asset is also about taking control of your health, taking control of leisure, and making sure that the rest of your life is the best of your life. That's the commitment I've made. It's meant some different choices for diet and movement. It's meant different friendships because, some friends lead us to bad behavior, right? But I feel better than I felt in a long time in my adult life. I'm seeing the dividend physically and in my labs. And I'm doing a better job of not just treating the doctors, going to the doctors when I feel unwell, because usually that's too late. So a quarterly health check where I'm checking my vitals, checking weight, checking the blood pressure, checking blood sugars and things like that. It's not just a suggestion, it's sound counsel. And then lastly, being overworked and overwhelmed was never God's best for us. A lot of us pride ourselves in how busy you are. It's how busy we are. Because the busyness makes us feel important. Can we be real? It makes us feel important. I am needed. So yes, I am needed. I am needed. Come and let me solve the problem. But I want to give you 3 Ds that I hope will help you, and it's in the book that's in your bag. Delete, defer, or delegate. Anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, overworked, you need to just use one or two or all of these 3 Ds. What can I delete? What can I defer? And what can I delegate? I was chronic, I don't ask for help, I don't need nobody, independent woman, because again, the Americanism in me, all you women, independent, y'all don't know nothing about that, do you? Do you? So I bought into this thing of like, I need to be the one that does. So I would never delegate, wouldn't ask for help. I used to see asking as like it diminishes me. Now I am the chief asker. I am a chief consultant. If someone has done it before, let them come and do it for me. Just like the coaching. Coaching is about going fast and far. Somebody has already built this type of business I'm trying to build. Let me pay them and let them coach me. This woman has the kind of voice, and she has a sultry voice that I really liked. I was like, do you teach this? Let me pay you so you teach me how to channel this type of voice, right? So sometimes what you need is on the other side of an investment that you probably don't want to make. Oftentimes, it's not lack of resources, it's lack of resourcefulness. That if these are the things that I need in order to prepare myself for prominence, then who are the resources? How can I do this in a way that meets me where I'm at now? And those are some of the questions I want you to take home. And these are some of the suggestions. Can you incorporate daily movement? Can you set up some standards? And can you be accountable to other people? Because some of us are ticking time bombs. And we may be at the point where we need to take some drastic steps so that we can actually live to enjoy the prominence that we are planning and scheming for. Is this good? All right. Today, as we are here in Kenya, we have one of our StandOut sisters being buried in Ghana. She died suddenly after our retreat. And she said to us a few things in that retreat about her lack of self-care. She go. In fact, on our first virtual session in that cohort, she wasn't even at her desk or at home. She was in some sort of region, and she was heavily involved in ministry in her religious community, a leading voice in, a bank that she worked for. And she just had so many things. And so part of her action roadmap after the session was we need to streamline, because after the group session, she asked me to be her executive coach. So we were about to start a process that she didn't live to execute. So this has taken on new meaning for me, because I realize that if we don't get woken up quickly, some of us won't even be here to be that voice for our nations that we're meant to be. So I really want you to start doing an analysis for you. Like, what must I change? What can I tweak so that the rest of my life will be the best of my life? That's the commitment that I want everyone to leave here with. So last reflection I'd love for you to take with you, and we'll share this slide so you can do it. But, which advisor will you move? Like the kitchen cabinet, who are the people who are high priority? Who are the people that I really need to start spending more time under their tutelage, being accountable to? Because the mentor here in Nairobi a few nights ago, she says, hey, you always come with your notebook and pen. I said, yes, because I take myself seriously now. And I said, I looked over what we talked about last time, and these are the 3 things. I tried this, it didn't quite work. This went very well, and she prides herself in giving me time because she sees I don't waste it. I tell her the feedback, and she's become just so valuable to me. So who are those that you can cultivate in much the way that I described? Who are those? Yeah, and then what's the first image, the first impression you want your image to portray? I'm not easily offended, so maybe can I ask you to just give feedback about if you didn't know me and you saw me, what would you think about me based on how I present? Just throw out the words, please. I'm not easily offended, so. Eloquent? Okay, well, you've heard me speak, so, okay. But if I hadn't even opened my mouth, what judgments would you make about me? The scriptures, yes? Straight and narrow. Why? Mm-hmm. Yes. Great feedback. Awesome. Anyone else? Yes. Jyoti? Put together. Can you unpack that? It's like I know where I'm going. Maybe I don't know where I'm going. Maybe. But you see what the impressions does? It just racks up some good vibes, first and foremost, that I didn't even have to open my mouth for. Anyone else? I saw another hand. Yes. In charge. Tell me what I did that made you feel like I'm in charge. Why? There's a confidence in my walk. Okay. All right. Yeah. Right. Okay, thank you. Yes, let me hear from this side. I'll start there, then I'll come here. Yes, please. Boundaries. Tell me more. And I hadn't even opened my mouth. Interesting. Yes. Warm. What made you think I'm warm? A bright smile on my face when I saw you. We didn't even exchange words, but I just smiled brightly. Awesome. Yes. Detail oriented. I don't look thrown together. Tell me more about that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Anyone else? Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So all of these things I had to learn. I had to learn how to smile more. Yeah, well, fix your face. Are you mad? Are you angry at someone? Has something happened? Fix your face, right? Because I could be so lost that you'd walk by and I'm just like blank in my face because there's a conversation going on in my head that is delighting me that I got no time for you. This idea of put together whatever, I told you, I invested in image coaching. Please help me choose what I'm wearing. In fact, 2 days ago, when I told you I was on the call with my executive coach, I brought out 3 outfits. I said, please help me choose what I'm wearing on Saturday. And she said, choose this one. So even though I've been coached some years ago by an image consultant, I'm still gathering feedback. Which is the dress to wear? Then I said, look, I can do simple makeup. But for this occasion, we need to call in the professionals. So I asked Patricia, who's the best makeup artist in Nairobi who can come and help me look spectacular today? These were things I didn't used to care about, things I thought were frivolous, but things I'm beginning to realize go a long way. So this is not me saying you're not good enough. This is not me saying, but look at all of this positive, generally very positive feedback that people have based on just how I appeared. So when I do open my mouth, they would be more amenable to listen simply because within those first 5 to 7 seconds, I impress them. So all of these things is for you to take home in your reflection and say, how do I create the right kind of image? Who do I need to start modeling? What are the environments I need to start putting myself in, even if they make me feel uncomfortable, so that I can be prepared for prominence, look the part when I get there? And what will you change in the next 7 days? I believe you leave places and make immediate actions. For me, there are certain people I've just blocked off my phone. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. You are not worthy of me. I realize that certain things, I would be so apologetic to hold on to relationships. I hate losing people. How many of you are like that? And one of the things mentoring, coaching, and counseling has helped me do is to say, Yawa, there's only one that we believe died on a cross, and it wasn't you. Some people have to be released, loved from a distance. So it's not possible to be at peace and in good books with everybody. I was a manager. My team would be gone home, and I'm sitting in my office doing work that they should have done because I didn't have the guts to demand excellence from them because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be the cool boss that everybody likes. So in closing, you've got to decide, what kind of leader, what kind of standout woman will you be? And I want to invite you to the full StandOut experience next year in April. Because April 23rd to 26th, we want to run in East Africa for the first time, the full residential experience. And it differs from this in that we take each module in depth, number one. We assign you to an accountability partner, and you do have the benefit of me and other coaches in the room so that you have some one-on-one time to go deep on the areas that you may need. The StandOut experience isn't for everybody. That's the truth. It's for people who are ready to sit in discomfort and say, look, I've been running around the same mountain for 40 years, and I'm ready for someone to just tell me the way. If that's you, I would really love for you, if we don't have your email, to please make sure my colleague Patricia at the back takes down your email so that we can send you the information about the full package. August 23rd to 26th. If you're not on our WhatsApp group for this event, please let Patricia know so she gives you the link for that so you can be on it. But I want to go deeper. I want to support more fully. And if you are a woman who is at the point where she knows it's an inflection point, then the StandOut experience in April 2026 is for you. So thank you for the opportunity to do this event together. Is this a question, a comment? Okay. Oh, there's an email thing going on. Okay. Because not everyone in the room actually filled our form. Some of you were special invited guests, which is why we want to make sure your email is on record. Is this a question, Priscilla? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Was that it for you as well? Okay. No, I thought she had her hand up as well. Yeah. Yes. We don't know yet. The program in Ghana is $1,500, and it's fully residential. It includes your accommodation, lodging, and materials, and your coaching. So $1,500 is the price for how we've run it in Ghana. We're still at the venue consideration stage for Kenya, where we will host it. So that's why we want your emails. So once that is set, we'll announce to you where it's going to be and how much it will cost. But usually the ticket for our StandOut residential 10-module experience is $1,500 US. I don't know what that translates to in Kenya shillings. And I don't know that that will be the price because we're still in a venue search for April. But we've marked the calendar, and I want you to hold the time. So for those of you in the room who are in HR, learning and development, and you want us to consider, some of the staff in your organizations, many of the people who do the StandOut program are nominated and paid for by their companies. So that's a possibility as well. There are many who are their own business owners who sign themselves up, and we're letting you know in advance so you can start making the financial preparations and blocking off the time. All right. So how was my masterclass? Was it helpful? Again, that's why we like the residential experience, so we can go deep and long. But I hope today's day-long experience has been a good taster, has given you some tools that you can go right back to your world with and use to move to the next level. I'm really if you could, help me celebrate all my speakers today, because again, this would not have been a great event without them. To Mercy Wanjao and the poetry that she opened us up with, can we clap for her? To Caroline Mutoku, who's not here to receive it, but at least clap in her absence. To Honorable Cicely, to Sumaya, to Emma, to Claire, can we celebrate all of these great voices that have spent the day pouring into us today? It really is an honor to have done this again for the second year in a row. And for me, I am constantly raising the bar of my ambition. And my ambition is that the StandOut Women's Leadership Program will be that premier enrichment experience for women who level up and move into state houses and parliaments and C-suites with excellence, with confidence, and with a network of support. So, if you will oblige me, I'd like us to round off by standing up. I want you to put your hand on the shoulder of a woman beside you. Just one hand on a shoulder as a sign of unity. Oh, you can do both hands if you like. Hey, the team here has done quite the circle. But I just want one hand on one shoulder, and I just want to believe, with you that this next year will be the best year of your life. That the seeds that have been sown today will germinate. They will find expression. For those of us who are Christians, there's a Bible verse that says that the Word became flesh. And that's my deep heart prayer. That God, all of the words that we hear today will become manifested. That, the prominence won't be just a theme for 2025. It'll be the thing that we begin to see in your lives. So with your hand on the shoulder of someone, can you just speak blessings over them? I pray for someone else. Like, speak it over them in whatever way makes sense for you. That I pray that this will happen to you. I pray that you'll be a bigger, better, bolder version of yourself. Say it in whatever language makes sense to you. But I want us to leave blessing each other, right? And then I want to end by blessing you. So just speak to them, whoever's to your right, so that everyone has who they're speaking to. Speak to the woman on your right. Yes. And if you don't have a pair, I'm happy to be paired with someone if you want. So just speak good things over them. Speak good things over them. Speak good things over them. Tell them what you want to see happen for them. I believe that there's this spiritual principle. When you pray over others what you'd actually want for yourself, it's a seed sown. And I want you to just bless them. Just say, I'm in your corner. May God favor you. May everything that you touch work. May you find true love. If you've ever been hurt before, may you be healed. May anything that's ever felt stagnant and stuck in your life come alive. May everything that you think be amplified. May God do above and beyond, exceedingly and abundantly more than anything you think and ask or imagine. May everything you touch turn to gold. May the people around you make you see your worth. May in your down moments, may you find people that'll make you believe again. In your questioning moments, may you find people that will clarify your doubts. In the times where you feel most sorrowful and sad, may God give you joy. And may anything that has been done to you, that was done in anger and bitterness and for your destruction, may God turn it around for your good. I pray that any eye that looks at you with evil intention will be blinded. And I pray that anything that was once a ceiling over your head will become the floor under your feet. May God elevate you. May God bless you. And may you become so prominent that we will be coming from all over the world to your inauguration, to your swearing in. May anything that seems impossible and out of reach just